Yeah, make sure your phone is turned off. Yeah, Dino's going to do a quick invocation, which is awesome for him to do. Which is awesome. All right. Well, good morning. Welcome, everybody. I'd like to welcome you to our annual Cape Fear Community College's Veterans Day ceremony. We wanted to do it outside, but the weather is speaking otherwise. But this is a great setting. We have great facilities here, so appreciate you all coming. I want to thank some people that really helped put this together real quick. Antonio and Giovanni, they've done all the IT stuff and done this great presentation. I appreciate all their hard work. I also have an amazing group of student veterans that are work studies that I wouldn't be able to do half of what I do for the veterans here without them. So I appreciate you all, and then the volunteers, of course. And then thank you for our marketing department for putting it out, and Sean Breelove's crew for really working with us to get these spaces and get this going for us. So we want to thank all of our veterans for their call to service. Not everybody does volunteer to go in the military, and serving others and serving the country is important. So we appreciate all the veterans have done. Veterans Day was first established to commemorate the armistice, or the end of the fighting during World War I. The armistice went into effect on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918. In November 1919, President Wilson proclaimed November 11th Armistice Day. It later officially became Veterans Day on June 1st, 1954 by President Eisenhower. And he stated that we should celebrate all veterans, veterans organizations, and the entire citizenry for the common purpose. This year, we celebrate all of our amazing veterans by highlighting their call to service. Presenting our national colors is Headquarters and Service Battalion, Marine Corps Installation East Color Guard. Color Guard, present the colors. Performing our national anthem is student veteran Benjamin Lacombe, United States Army. Benjamin. Color Guard, retire the colors. Thank you, Benjamin. That was great. Benjamin's a part of our Guitars for Vets program that we do here at the school now. He's a little more advanced than some of our other students, but he helps teach too. So our invocation will now be done by the Honorable Jonathan Barfield, United States Navy veteran, member of New Hanover County Commissioners, and a board trustee.
Good morning. Will you bow your heads and pray with me? O Lord our God, how excellent is thy name in all the earth. As we come with bowed heads, mind focused on you, the giver of every good and perfect gift. As we celebrate Veterans Day today, we think about Joshua, others that you called to lead your armies to protect their nations, as you've done with our country. We thank you for the men and women that have served our country with valor, with bravery, with dedication. As we honor their service and sacrifice, we thank you for giving them the gift to want to serve and the ability to do the job you called them to do. Bless our time here together. Bless those men and women that are serving on foreign land as well as home. Keep them all safe from danger seen and unseen. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Leading us in our Pledge of Allegiance is student veteran Tyler Cady, United States Air Force.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now I'd like to introduce Cape Fear Community College's president, Mr. Jim Morton, for some introductory remarks. Thanks.
Please be seated. Thank you. Thank you, Jason. I'm Jim Morton, president of Cape Fear Community College, and thank you for being here today. And Jason did a great job thanking everyone who helped put this event together. It's a lot of hands go to make this happen, so we really appreciate all that you do. I do also want to recognize some of our Board of Trustee members who've made it out today. With us here to my right is Lanny Wilson, Chair of the Board of Trustees. Next to him is also Bill Cherry and Jonathan Barfield. I already spoke, but he's also a Board of Trustee member. So I just wanted to recognize them for their work and service. This morning we come together to honor the bravery, sacrifice, selflessness of the men and women who have served our nation, armed forces. We are incredibly grateful to those veterans who are part of our Cape Fear Community College community. Here, our student veterans, employees, and alumni who have worn the uniform with pride and honor. Our student veterans bring a unique strength to our college. They have served their country with courage, and now they're investing in their futures through education, pursuing new opportunities for themselves and their families. The discipline, leadership, and determination they've developed in the military are invaluable assets to us here at the college. Their commitment to hard work, sense of responsibility, and time management skills help them succeed. We are proud of the contributions they make to our campus community and are deeply committed to supporting their success. Today is also a day of acknowledgement for veteran service beyond the battlefield. So many of our veterans continue to serve in our local communities, whether it's through leadership in business, healthcare, education, volunteering, or politics. Their work to make our world a better place is a powerful reminder of what it means to be a public servant. Veterans, your dedication, your sacrifice, continued service inspire us all. On behalf of the entire college community, we thank you for your courage and your contributions, both in and out of uniform. In closing, remember, Veterans Day is not just about remembering the past. It's about recommitting ourselves to honoring the values our veterans fought to protect, which are freedom, justice, and unity. May we always strive to support and uplift our veterans as they have done so much for all of us. Thank you for joining us today, and thank you to all the veterans who have served this great nation. So thank you for being here.
All right, In Flanders Field will be read by Lieutenant Commander Phil Garwood, Royal Canadian Navy veteran, and he's better known here at the school as Dr. Rock.
Thank you. Lieutenant Colonel John McCrae was born November 30th, 1872, and died January 28th, 1918. He was a Canadian poet, physician, author, artist, and soldier during World War I. And he was a surgeon during the Second Battle of Ypres in Belgium. He is best known for writing the famous war memorial poem, In Flanders Field. McCrae died of pneumonia near the end of the war. His famous poem is the Threnody, a genre of lament. When Britain declared war on Germany because of Germany's invasion of neutral Belgium at the beginning of the First World War, Canada, as a dominion within the British Empire, was at war immediately. McCrae volunteered for service at age 41. He wrote a friend, "I am really rather afraid, but more afraid to stay at home with my conscience." He was appointed as medical officer and major of the 1st Brigade Canadian Field Artillery. He treated the wounded during the Second Battle of Ypres in 1915. From a hastily dug 2.5 meter by 2.5 meter bunker in the back of the dike along the Yser Canal, about 3 kilometers north of Ypres. McCrae's friend and former militia member, Lieutenant Alex Helmer, was killed in the battle, and his burial inspired the poem In Flanders Fields, which was written on May 3rd, 1915. In Flanders Field by John McCrae. In Flanders fields the poppies blow, between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky the larks, still bravely singing, fly scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead. Short days ago we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe. To you from failing hands we throw the torch. Be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders fields. Thank you.
All right. It's now my honor to introduce our special guest speaker this year, Mr. Johnny Johnson. He epitomizes call to service. He has served his whole life. Mr. Johnny Johnson is from Halifax County, North Carolina, and he moved to Virginia because his father was in the Navy. He joined the Air Force in 1969, where he served 24 years on active duty. He served some of those 24 years in Vietnam during the Vietnam War. He was later in Belgium and Netherlands. He eventually was stationed at Seymour Johnson in Goldsboro, North Carolina. He's been living in Wilmington since he was stationed last at the Wilmington Airfield, which is now ILM. After he retired from the Air Force, he worked for the county jail, which led to his career at the New Hanover County Sheriff's Department, where he spent 20 plus years and retired from that. He is now an active leader, mentor, and inspiration for many within the Wilmington community. Welcome, Mr. Johnson.
Good morning still. Still fly high, fight and win, Air Force. Graduates, I'm so glad to get this opportunity to say thank you for what you have done. You're just starting off, but you're getting out the starting blocks correctly by getting your feet on the ground and having some place to start. Sky is the limit. The stars are there for you to accomplish whatever you seek to do. We all are blessed and highly favored by each. We thank our mom, our dad, aunts, uncles, and cousins, and the schools, the teachers, instructors, and everyone that get us to where we are today. It's a pleasure to speak here again and again. I joined the military and learned a lot of things there to fine-tune my life to get to where I am. And a lot of you all will serve in the military if that's what you choose. But you're going to school for special needs because someone's going to need your help. While you're on your voyage through the world, someone is always watching you as you travel. Don't know who it is, but you always want to be on the correct foot at all times. Every once in a while, you're going to make a mistake, but go back and correct it because you don't know who that person is. You just watch you if you didn't come back to correct the step that you took because they may want to do the same thing, but follow up with it and go on the wrong path, and they end up over there to jail or prison or something like that, which that's why that's there for that. But it's there to correct you as well. I spoke while working there to a lot of inmates that weren't able to do what they were supposed to, but they got on the wrong foot. And it was a while later when they got out on the right foot and started making the right steps to life. I still see some of those guys today, and they'll think, hey, Mr. J, who was that? I don't remember that. Hey, I remember when you saw me going around the corner, you kind of gave me a little boost. Yes, now I remember that. And they'll come back and they'll tell you, thank you for what you're doing, especially you all now, because of education, the world is open. And they got a new branch of service now, the sky. You know, you have your 4 branches, but there's one to go and seek space command. So some of you all, 1 out of 2, however many, the Lord has for you, for your goals and aspirations to be filled, He would help you and assist you. We all are here to help each other. We didn't come here for ourselves because there's somebody you relied on, and someone's going to rely on you, and they're going to be relying, and we end up relying on each other, listening, talking, walking, and doing whatever we have to do to keep these moving. So right now, I'm up in the age, got a little that's on the side. I'm glad to get here because a lot of us didn't make it this far. And I was asked to do this, and I was more than glad to because I want to share what I've learned, where I come from, because I come from a country, a little country town. My grandfather and grandmother raised my sister and I in the northern part of North Carolina. My grandfather was out there with the mule and the plows in the fields and stuff, getting food for the world. And I saw that, and my father came and got us and took us to Norfolk, where I went into the military, and then moved around in the military, been all over the world. Ended up getting stationed here at the airport, where I met my wife. I'm retired, she's still working, so I'm always asking her, what do you want to do? Whatever you want to do, let me know. I asked her this morning what she wanted to do. She said, finish up what we started. I asked her last month, what do you want to do? She said, well, I want to travel to the 50 states. Let's go. Go ahead, get the material that we need, and we get all 50 states. All of them. Didn't go to Puerto Rico, some of the outside, but she wanted to travel the world with. So now I'm just waiting. When I finish here today, maybe she got wrote down what she want to do. Travel the world. I got the health, the strength, and all of you all support, and just looking and knowing what you all have the intention on doing and accomplishing all of them, every one. So get your little list, do list. I used to call them my granddad. Well, you do list. Have you done anything today? No, we get it. What you got on the here? He come back and check. Did you get your do list done? Where are you? Well, why you didn't do that? The old foot. Keep moving. Gotta keep moving. That's why you are here now, because you want to make your next move in life. Like I said, someone is always watching you. You don't know who it is, where it comes from, or any of that. But sooner or later, somebody will say, well, why did you do that? Where did you come from? Where did you come? Be asking you questions. You can say, well, this is where I started. And later on in life, as I said a few minutes ago, you don't come back to them, they be up in age. Say, I remember you way back in the day, you told me this, and I did. And I sure thank you. They're going to stick your hand out because it's going to happen. Some of you, it had happened already, and it's going to continue to happen to each one of you in it, everyone. The ones that wasn't able to make it, they got good coming to them too, some because of whatever situation or circumstance that they're not here. But I done pray for them all of y'all. I pray when I get down on it, wear them old, as my granddad said, wear them britched legs out. Got a hole in them. Grandmama get the needle in 3, then it back up. So keep going, boy. Yes, ma'am, and I got to go. And if you see me anywhere, I got an old green car, got about 1 million miles on it. Been tied up with the movie studio and doing movies and stuff like that. It's an old green Dodge 69. Like I said, pretty close to 1 million miles on it. You might see it around with the American flag and POW flag on it, along with other things that I like to do. So whatever you like to do, you got to start somewhere. And this is the step right now. You're finishing up Cape Fear. Like I said, the world is open to you. They got the arms open. All you have to do is just seek it. And I'm here 24/7. I say it, I do, and that's what I mean until I can't do anymore. So if you see me on the side helping, or you need help, I'm there. The only thing you have to do is just give me a call. I'm willing to help because I didn't get here by myself. Each one of y'all, whether you know it or not, I'd never even seen you before, but you didn't help me because you're sitting where you are now. Everyone. No one's left out of my life. If I walk down the street and never seen it before, dang, that's one more little squares that's been filled in my life that I've seen someone has seen me. I'm here to be seen, heard, and help whoever I can. That's how I was brought up, country boy. Then I ended up here in Wilmington, like I said, and whatever you want to do, do it. It's all up to you. Thank you.
Mrs. Johnson, great guy. His cars are famous too. They're in some of the movies and TV shows around. You'll see it. All right. Now reading the poem, I Am a Veteran, by Andrea Christensen Brett, a student veteran, Iman Muhammad, United States Army, National Guard.
Thank you, Jason. Little too tall for me. Okay. I Am a Veteran by Andrea Christensen Brett. You may not know me the first time we meet. I'm just another you see on the street. But I am the reason you walk and breathe free. I am the reason for your liberty. I am a veteran. I work in the local factory all day. I own the restaurant just down the way. I sell you insurance. I start your IV. I've got the best looking grandkids you'll ever see. I'm your grocer, your banker, your child's school teacher, your family's preacher. But there's a part of me you don't know very well. Just listen a moment. I have a story to tell. I am a veteran. I joined the service while still in my teens. I traded my prom dress for camouflage greens. I'm the first in my family to do something like this. I followed my father like he followed his. Defying my fears and hiding my doubt, I married my sweetheart before I shipped out. I missed Christmas, then Easter, the birth of my son, but I knew I was doing what had to be done. I served on the battlefront. I served on the base. I bound up the wounded and begged for God's grace. I gave orders to fire. I followed commands. I marched into far distant lands. In the jungle, the desert, the mountains, and shores. In bunkers, in tents, on dank earthen floors. While I fought on the ground, on the air, in the sea, my family and friends were home, praying for me. For the land of the free and the home of the brave, I faced my demons in foxholes and caves. Then one dreaded day, without drummer or fife, I lost an arm. My buddy lost his life. I came home and moved on, but forever was changed. The perils of war in my memory remained. I don't really say much. I don't feel like I can. But I left home a child and came home a man. There are thousands like me, thousands more who are gone. But their legacy lives as time marches on. White crosses in rows and names carved in Q remind us of what these brave souls had to do. I'm part of a fellowship, a strong, mighty band of each man and each woman who has served this great land. And when Old Glory waves, I stand tall, I stand proud. I helped keep her flying over you, over all. And that is the poem. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Iman. That was great. Our nation's service songs will now be introduced by Tyler Cady, United States Air Force veteran.
All right. Thank you, Jason. We want to recognize all of our veterans in attendance. Please stand as your service song is being played, and feel free to sing along as well. We'll start off with the Army's song.
It is high, the army's on its way. Down up the cadence, slowly
Navy's next. We'll go with the Navy. Marine Corps. Coast Guard. off with the Space Force. Thank you guys all for coming and staying and singing along to your service song.
We have had one student that was Space Force in my time here so far. All right, I now would like to introduce the Southeastern North Carolina chapter of the Military Officers Association, Mr. Tim Johnson. He's a captain, United States Marine Corps Reserve. The Southeast MOA has generously donated money to the school for scholarships to some of our deserving student veterans, and they'd like to present that now.
My name is Tim Johnson. I'm a Marine. I represent the Military Officers Association of America. The local chapter is one of the largest and most active with 250 members. We meet monthly, and one of the things that we do is we offer grants to students here at the local colleges and universities. These monies come from the Military Officers Association of America, as well as the local chapter of the Vietnam Veterans of America, Chapter 885. One of the grants that we give is in honor of a former president of ours, Brigadier General Jim Carper of the National Guard. I'd like to now call out the names individually, if you would come down here and receive your certificates, and then hopefully we'll get a quick photo op. The first one is Ian Appling. Thank you, Ian. Richard Buer. Camden Santos. Raven Page. That's such a cool name, isn't it?
She's in a nursing program, so she probably couldn't get out.
Stephen Carty.
Bianca Kyle. And Laura Peaks. Thank you. That's it.
I also would like to recognize another donor. This is our first time doing it this year. Chrissy Sanford and Thomas Marcinowski are with the Veterans Memorial Reef, and they had donated a scholarship, and the awardee was not able to make it. They can announce who that is, if you'd like. Josh Jennings. He wasn't able to make it. He's in the Marine Tech program. Yeah. Absolutely.
All right, Veterans Memorial Reef. We are a toddler organization, nonprofit here in Wilmington, North Carolina. We were designed for 4 things: recognize and then commemorate every veteran who served. Am I not loud enough? Third is to rehabilitate the planet's waters, not only the ocean, but any large body of water, by creating an artificial reef. These veterans that are cremated, we take them, we entomb them into a large cement eco-friendly marker. We have created an artificial reef right off the coast of Wilmington. It's 5 miles off the coast. Currently, we have 20 veterans and 2 spouses out there. The fourth thing we want to do is education. Education is very, very important. I want to recognize and thank all the students, professors, for doing what they're doing. How do we educate? First, we educate what the military does. We take the DD-214. We then, on our website, take all their awards and distinctions, put them on there so people can read what that little pretty ribbon color is and the name of it. And then if you hit it, it hyperlinks so you can actually read why these veterans earn that ribbon or distinction. The other part of education is to work with institutes of higher learning. When we say institutes of higher learning, we are working with UNCW Marine Sciences. We want to build a better ecosystem for our nation, and to work with the students who want to perceive and promote themselves learning about the marine systems, marine technology here at Cape Fear. We want them to have that benefit of also building for the future. The motto is those who serve continue to serve. Through donations, we are proud to announce that this is our first year of being able to promote and give 1 scholarship to our veteran. So thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, so lastly, but not least, of course, is our student guest speaker. He is student veteran Marcus Abraham. He's the president of our student veterans organization here at the school, and he is one of my work studies, and I rely on him a lot. He is United States Army retired. Let's welcome Marcus.
Thank you, Jason. Loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. These are the Army Corps values. These values were taught to me when I joined in August of 2001. The Army Corps values also spell out the acronym leadership without 2 of the E's and also the A. So as you can see, spelling is obviously not one of the Army strong suits. 2 of the E's and the A? That's crazy. So for 16 years, I carried these values. For 16 years, I did my best to be the standard, look the part, and carry on the Army traditions, instilling the standards and values in the soldiers and troops. It's been almost 7 years since I retired in December of 2017, and I find myself still living up to these standards. It could be because it was instilled in me throughout my military career. It could also be because of my father. Having served in the military for 20 years, my father treated me like one of his soldiers while I was growing up, which is something I will always appreciate. Thank you, Dad. Whatever the cause, these standards and values have allowed me to build personal accountability, something that is lacking in today's society. Personal accountability is the act of taking ownership and responsibility for your actions, words, and behaviors, as well as the consequences that result. You own up to your mistakes. You don't blame others or make excuses. You are accountable for your actions. You learn from your failures, and you follow through with commitments that you've made. I don't retain personal accountability because I have to. I'm retired. I don't have a job. I do it because I want to. I do it because it helps me lead by example. I do it because it keeps me consistent with my standards and values. I do it because it stops me from making bad decisions. I learn from my mistakes. I'm able to make tough decisions. I stay focused on my goals. I'm more vocal. It also boosts my self-confidence. Perfect example. Check out this suit I'm wearing. Let me tell y'all something. I didn't dress like this just for the ceremony, all right? This, ladies and gentlemen, is what I call consistency. All right? Having personal accountability has opened many doors for me being a student here at Cape Fear Community College. It allowed me the opportunity to meet, laugh, and work with many of the faculty members here at CFCC. It allowed me to become the president of the Student Veterans Organization, helping over 600 veterans and their family members with their VA benefits. It allowed me to have a mentor like Jason Bikino. This guy right here. Yeah, clap it up. This guy right here continuously assists in my opportunities and successes, even though some of the time I'm being voluntold, and I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. Not lying. See? Loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage should not be taught just in the military. It should be taught at home, in schools, in programs. It should spread throughout this country. It should span across the nation. You know who can achieve that? Veterans. Veterans who have had the proper training. Veterans who have had to uphold the standards and traditions during their military career. Veterans who constantly had to correct their soldiers and troops. Veterans who maintain discipline and accountability. Veterans who know that even though we are part of the small 7% of Americans who have served in the military, we can still be a positive influence and have a great impact on our neighborhoods and communities. We have the aptitude and capabilities to reshape our society. Raising your right hand, swearing to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, both foreign and domestic, is not just during enlistment, it's for life. We should go back to what we used to do in the military. It's time for us to start holding our nation accountable by holding both ourselves and others accountable. Thank you for attending our Veterans Day ceremony. Thank you for allowing me to speak on this glorious day. And last but definitely not least, go Sea Devils.
Good job, man. Thank you, Marcus. Entertaining, spot on, too. Good job. Appreciate it.
You've always told me.
Nah. Never. All right. It's a little different, this part. In the late 1800s, the Army formally adopted taps for use at military funerals and military services. Today, taps are played to commemorate the memory of members of all 6 branches of the armed forces. If able, could you please stand for taps and remain standing for the benediction?
Will you bow your heads once again? In the words of Aaron, the brother of Moses, may the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. Amen.
That concludes the ceremony. We've got some snacks and some sandwiches in the back and drinks, so please hang out, chit-chat, and enjoy. Thank you all very much.